Today's question we're going to be covering is page 125, question 7. So we're looking at this question here. So A, as we've looked already, so we're looking in from the arrow A and from the arrow B. Looking in from A, we're looking at the elevation. Looking in from B, we're looking at the end view. So we're looking in from the right with the end view. So we draw the end view on the left. So look in from the right, draw on the left. So we'll begin our drawing with the elevation, then we'll go on to the plan, and then back over to the end elevation, end view. Okay. So as we said already, where the end view is going to be drawn on the left somewhere here. So make sure you give yourself enough room. So if we look, we need this overall width of 85. So make sure you have more than 85 over here, okay? So I'll just start drawing my XY line. So I know we'll we're just getting, like we did in the last video, we'll draw our rectangle and then we'll start adding our view into it, okay? So the overall length of it is 130. So we'll mark that off now. So 130. And the height of it is 95. So this rectangle, this will fit into it, okay? So we'll start off by drawing this base, then we'll go on to drawing this back piece, and then finally the slope in the elevation. So first of all, we come up 30 mil. And that will get this point here. We'll come draw a horizontal line straight over to this point, okay, and then back down here, okay. So we'll come up we'll come up our 15 and over our 20. Sorry. So up 15. Over our 20. Light line up. And this line can come to meet. And don't forget about this line here, so we come over 65. So we'll do this in heavy now. So after we have this heavied in, we will begin the back piece. So for the back piece with the curve, we'll first find this point, we'll come up or 35, we'll get the center of the circle, and then we'll have this point and we'll bring it back. Okay, so to find this first point, we come over 30, so we'll come over 30 here and we'll draw a vertical line up. And that vertical line up, if you look at the drawing, it says it's 35. So come up 35. Draw a light line horizontally across and get your compass and set your compass to 30. We'll get our center and we will draw in our curve like that. Okay. So we can go over this in heavy now again. So again, we came over our 30, we got this point, we came vertically up 35, we came horizontally across to get our center, which is 30. We drew our circle and then it will just join back, okay? So the next part we need to get is this front bit. So again, we will look at the drawing and we'll come up our 15, and we know that it's 50 wide again. Okay, so 50, light line down. So we come up 15, we come up 20, then we come up another 15. And you should have so 15 up, $20, and then 15 again. Elevation done. So we'll move on to the plan. So again, between the XY line, we will leave a gap of 10 millimeters. 10. And again, like we did in the elevation, we'll draw in our rectangle again. So from this line to here is 85, and that's taken from drawing. So first part, again, we will draw this base, then we'll draw this back part, and we'll draw as much as we can of this sloped, but we won't be able to get everything until we get the end view, okay? So first off, with the base, we can bring down our point in the elevation lightly, okay? Then we can begin to start joining them up. So we know this is a heavy line, so this next part might catch some of these, so this slope line. So we have our point here, which would be this one here, and there. We see that joins straight back to these 2 points here, which is 40 down. So we'll come 40 down and we'll join them up. So again, $40 down and join them up. And don't forget this top line here is also heavy in. Okay, so the next part we're going to do is this back curve bit. So if you look at the drawing, we know that it is 20 millimeters wide. So 20, and bring down your line from the elevation. So that is the back piece done, and now we will begin this slope part. Okay, so what do we know? We know that we can come down. We know that it's 50 wide, so if you bring that down from your elevation lightly again, we know we can come down 15 if you look at the drawing, and then from that, and we can come up 15, but we can't get the inner parts of it yet, okay, until we get the end view. So up 15, and from this line we'll come down 15, okay. And that is the outline. So next we're going to draw the end view. So get your 45-degree set square. Project your lines up 45 degrees until you hit the XY line. So we'll start off with just the base. So again, we'll start off with the base. So you bring your points over and up at 45 degrees, okay? And like we did in the elevation and plan, we'll draw in our rectangle box. And we can get our heights from the elevation, okay? So firstly, we'll bring over our heights from the elevation of the base, and we'll bring our points up from the plan. Okay. So we're looking in at this view, so we'll be able to see this surface, and this surface. So we can first get this by taking it off our plan and elevation, so I can begin to draw that in heavy straight away. Take our heights from our elevation and our width from our plan. We must see where that slope hits this line, so we know it hits it here, and in your plan it hits it here. So we'll bring this outline out up at 45 degrees, and where they meet, so out 45 degrees, and where they meet is up in this point here. So we can join them. And then just finish off the base. So the next easiest part we'll do is again the back bit with the curve. So again, bring our lines up from our plan, bring them straight up, and we know that it's the highest point in our elevation. Okay, so we can draw that in heavy. So that is the back curve part. Finally, we need to draw in this slope part, okay? So we can take a few things from our plan, and then we must get the angle of the slope. So we come in our 15, and we can join them up, okay? So bringing your points up in your plan, and your point here up in plan. So it's important not to bring all your points up at once, because you'll get lost and confused. So if we look at this now, this line here would be these two lines. So we bring them up, bring them up to as far as this line here, okay? So lightly across, and that would be the very top of that slope. Okay, so that line that I've just drawn there would be this one. So we're now on this point, and we know that this point will join straight back here, which would be this point. Okay, so do this lightly. Okay, so that is the sloped part. We know that we come in, so we need to get the gap in the middle here next. Okay, so after you have all this much part done, we will take our height across from our elevation again, and if you look at the drawing, these lines, this point is in line with this back line here, so that back line here, and we just join them straight out, and up and down. Okay, straight out, straight out, the back point, and the slope. So we're not finished yet because we must bring them back down into our elevation. So just like we bring them up, we bring them down and down, down 45 degrees, and straight across. So make sure you follow your line down and straight across. So that is page 1, 2, 5, question 7.